Hi, my name is Jacob Bongezo, and today I'll be discussing the topic of the semester versus the quarter system. I'll be responding to Clark's claim that the university semester system is better than the quarter system, and I will be refuting this claim by showing that neither system is superior to the other, but in fact it is more a matter of personal preference to the parties involved. The main secondary claims used by the advocate were 1. Semesters benefit student success, 2. Semesters benefit professors and administration, and 3. Semesters allow students to benefit from opportunities outside the university. First, I will discuss secondary claim 1, semesters benefit student success. The first error in this claim is that 1. The advocate stated that semesters allow more time to prepare for midterms and finals for students. This can easily be countered by saying that the less material and condensed learning environment of the quarter system makes it easier for students to recall material. My conclusion here is that it is more a matter of personal preference of the student on which system is easier for them to learn in. The next error in this claim is that there was evidence left out. The main source used in this argument by the advocate was a dissertation by Robert Schilf. In this dissertation, the advocate quoted 3 authorities, Arne Diamond, J. McTeague, and G. Wiggins, that supported the pace and learning environment of this semester system. However, in the same dissertation, only a few paragraphs below, the author also used evidence from 3 other authorities. For example, Boyle and Paul stated that there is no valid reason to believe that students learn less in a quarter system. Another authority, Gardner, also noted that the greater length of the semester system may give students a false sense of how much time they have to complete assignments, and how in the shorter quarter system, students know they can't fall behind, and so are more likely to keep up with their work. The third and final error in this first secondary claim is that there is a usage of irrelevant evidence. The advocate used a 1992 court case in which a former quarter student transferred to a semester school and could not join the baseball team because the requirements for units did not transfer correctly. Not only is this a 20-year-old case in which a time span in which a lot of things have changed regarding school systems, but also the advocate uses it to support the semester system. However, the scenario in which a transfer of units has occurred can play out in the opposite direction, in which a quarter student switching to a semester school can have an error in units. This evidence could possibly support a claim that supports a better standardization of transfer credits, but I don't think it helps in showing which system is better than the other. The next secondary claim I will refute is that the semester systems benefit professors and administration. The first error in this claim is there an error in reasoning. The advocate claimed that professors are rushed in a quarter system versus the semester system based on the shorter amount of time. The advocate failed to consider that many quarter classes cover less material than their semester counterparts, and test dates and cramming also occur. Test date being pushed back and cramming also occur in semester classes. Again, it is merely a matter of preference on which system is easier for the professor to deal with. The next error in this claim was there is evidence that showed the contrary. Semesters can actually be worse on faculty, and many semester systems require more classes to be taught at one time than the quarter system. This puts more stress on professors who now have more students to teach. In the example of Seattle U, when a proposition arose to switch from their quarter system to a semester system, many teachers opposed the shift. Just one of the many concerns raised by the teachers was that they would now be teaching 3 classes at a time versus the 2 required for their quarter system, which meant grading an extra section's worth of papers every semester, which translated to an increased workload for teachers without compensation. The third and final secondary claim I'll refute is that semester systems allow students to benefit from opportunities outside the university. The main error here was an error in evidence. The advocate states that the semester system students have better opportunities to land a summer job or internship on the basis that semesters finish in mid-May or quarters finish in mid-June, allowing semester students to get a head start on jobs and opportunities over the quarter students who start and wait. This is not true in all cases, as a quarter to semester calendar converter shows that there are multiple variants for each system, such as a quarter system that can end in mid-May and a semester system that can end in early June. It is more a problem of when the school in question chooses to start and end their school year than a debate over which system is better. In conclusion, I have found that many of the issues at hand do not point to either system being better than the other. Most of the issues discussed are more a matter of personal preference over anything. While I may like the quicker pace and shorter school year of the quarter, someone may enjoy the slower, more drawn-out semester system. Each system has their strong and weak points, but no conclusion can be reached as to which is superior in all cases. Thank you.
All right, the claim's labeled, everything's easy to follow. I like the fact that you basically made this argument that this is a false dichotomy from the very beginning, that there are in fact advantages to each system, and that it's a matter of what people's personal preference is. I think you could maybe back that up by showing a little bit more how people choose or gravitate toward one school or another based on those kinds of preferences. If there was some data that suggested that people came to Cal Poly, for instance, because it's on the quarter system instead of going to Cal State Fullerton, that would be a clear indication that it's got something to do with the scheduling and whether or not it's a quarter system or a semester system. But I thought you had pretty good information on this. The whole set of information that comes from the dissertation, it sounds like it's basically just a review of data. You know, it's a review of literature section in the dissertation, and so they're going to have information on both sides in it. And I think that's legitimate to point out that, yes, there is information on both sides. The question is there any data that suggests, after looking at all of this, that one is superior to the other on some objective criteria other than people's personal preferences? And here's where your argument really comes in. No, there isn't anything that shows they are substantially different except on the preference criteria. And you try and emphasize the preference issue in several places. I like that. I thought you did a good job dismissing the transfer issue, suggesting that it's not really relevant to the the issue of whether or not the learning environment is better. And that it is reversible, that it can go in either direction. That made perfect sense. And I also like the argument that you had about the workload issue at the one institution that suggested that the professors might actually have additional workload if they were in this other system. So that was okay. All right, thank you. I'm rushing because we